In Wuhan, a car pulls into rush hour traffic with nobody behind the wheel. 9 out of 10 humanoid robots on Earth were built in China. One supercar leaps clean off the road and spins in place. 16,000 drones climb into one dark sky at the same instant. The tallest bridge ever built is hiding out in the mountains. Robots clock in for a full shift at the car plant. A van opens up and a small aircraft flies out the back. The West keeps scrolling while China keeps pouring concrete. 6 impossible things they built this year, and everyone is real. Here's the strange part. Almost none of it reached your feed. Let's start on the factory floor because the number there is genuinely hard to believe. The reporting is blunt. 90% of every humanoid robot shipped last year rolled off a Chinese line. Roughly 15,000 machines, almost 5 times more than the year before. So how to get this cheap? Same playbook as their EVs. Government cash, dozens of rivals, a price war nobody survives whole. Unitree's average robot cost $85,000 in 2023. By 2025, $25,000. The trick is the parts. Same motors, batteries, and chips their car plants already stamp out by the million. Their cheapest model starts near $16,000. Less than a used car. Agibot shipped over $5,000, Unitree $4,200. The West barely shows up. On the line, they take the jobs people quit, hauling parts, checking panels for hours. What changed is the brain. AI finally lets them handle a messy real task, not a fixed script. And China now leads the robot brain rankings too. The part everyone assumed America would keep. So they're not really selling robots. They're selling cheap labor that never sleeps. One of them, Ubitech's Walker S2, already works shifts at real car plants. BYD, Geely, Audi, Foxconn. Over $100 million in orders already booked. That's not a demo order. It's car makers betting a robot is cheaper than the worker it stands in for. Then Beijing set a deadline, 10,000 robots on the job by New Year's. And not only factories, the order covers hospitals and disaster crews too. Here's the honest catch. Making them is racing way ahead of actually needing them. But some machines aren't waiting for permission. They already drive your neighbors around. In Wuhan and more than 20 other cities, the taxi shows up with no one inside. You tap an app, a car rolls over, and it unlocks its own doors. Baidu's robotaxis passed 250,000 rides a week, climbing toward 300,000. Over 17 million trips with an empty front seat, and riders just stopped noticing. Cameras, radar, and a spinning laser read the street faster than you ever could. The hard part isn't steering. It's guessing what every car and walker does next, then picking the safe gap. It's cheaper than a human ride, which is exactly why demand went vertical. Baidu says it's finally close to making money on it. The part nobody's cracked. It's not perfect. In April, some of these cars froze in traffic and caused crashes. The company blamed a software bug and pushed a fix overnight. Then the cars were back out by morning. Driverless is real here. It's just not finished. If a car can drive itself, the next question is what else it can do. BYD's answer looks like a straight-up magic trick. Their Yangwang U9 supercar jumps. All 4 wheels leave the ground together. Last year, a whole row of them danced in sync, bouncing to music at an auto show. Looks silly. But dancing means the car commands each wheel down to the millimeter. Each wheel has its own motor and can shove the car up like a leg. No engine, no axle, no hydraulics. Just software deciding, 1,000 times a second, how hard each wheel pushes. Point it at a pothole, and it lifts that wheel over before you feel a thing. The track version makes 3,000 horsepower and tops out at 496 kilometers an hour. It costs about $236,000. Basically a rich person's toy. But that bouncing suspension is quietly sliding into their normal cars too. And if the ground's getting crowded, China's already looking up. Xpeng built a van that carries a small 2-seat aircraft folded in the back. You park, it folds out, and you lift straight up. Deliveries start this year, 6 rotors, all electric, and it flies its own set route. They say you won't need a pilot's license. The flying van runs around $280,000, with thousands already pre-ordered. They call it the low-altitude economy, treating the sky like new road to pave. Beijing's betting huge on this. They think that sky traffic market is worth trillions of yuan within a decade. Then last October, one town launched almost 16,000 drones at once. 10,000, then 12, then 16. Each record only lasted months. Each drone is basically a flying pixel, locked to the others by GPS. The whole thing works because they never touch. Centimeter spacing, corrected 60 times a second, or the picture smears. All flown from a single computer, painting moving pictures across the night sky. A light show, sure, but the same software steers swarms for delivery and defense. All of it, the robots, the cars, the drones, still leans on one old thing: roads. And China just finished the most absurd one on Earth. Deep in the Guizhou Mountains, they strung a highway clean across a canyon. Guizhou is one of China's poorest, most broken-up provinces, nothing but gorges. So they've turned bridge building into a habit. This one beats their own last record. The road deck sits 625 meters above the river. That's 2 Eiffel Towers stacked, the highest bridge ever built. They finished the whole thing in 3 years and 8 months. They spun the main cables first, from thousands of thin steel wires strung tower to tower across open air. Crossing that canyon used to take 2 hours. Now it takes 2 minutes. And they bolted a glass elevator, a sky cafe, and a bungee jump onto it. It's not really about the view. It's about pulling a stranded region onto the map. Stand on it, and the river's so far down, it looks like a thread, and clouds drift by below your feet. One miracle you can wave off as a stunt. 6 in a single year is a strategy. The pattern's always the same. Build the impossible thing, then make it cheap and dull. A robot becomes a tool. A driverless taxi becomes a Tuesday. A record bridge becomes a shortcut. The rest of us keep asking when the future is finally going to show up. Over there, it already clocked in this morning.